Okay, Zane, hit it.
Welcome to the Firearms Radio Network on election night. Tonight we'll be going precinct by precinct, covering the election in great detail. And we will be bringing you the
Shut
news.
up!
Hey,
Shut your face.
yeah.
Hmm?
What are you talking about? I thought we weren't doing this.
Oh, I didn't read the show.
Yeah, duh.
What are we doing?
We're doing the normal stuff.
Saying
The
you're
election
fired.
doesn't matter to us.
So I got
we
dressed up
voted,
for
we're-
nothing?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
put your hat on for nothing. Make ARs great again.
All right, go ahead, Chad. Do your thing.
Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 346. We showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else you as a gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Chad Wallace, and in this show we have interesting optics, an awesome tripod, and a pistol. And yes, it's a pistol. I'll leave it at that for now. With me tonight are everybody. Zane actually made it. Tony and Rob are here, of course. And so, did you guys do anything cool in firearms?
I flew up north and did some hunting. Didn't get anything, but I had a great time. Hung with
That-
some family and just kind of chilled
So
out.
you went hiking with a gun?
Basically, yeah.
Or sitting in a stand with a gun?
hmm
He took a gun out for a walk in the woods.
hmm
Hey,
But you know what? It's better than just about 90% of the other crap I do on a given day. So, what
Yeah,
I
and
say? A
those
bad
guns-
day hunting is better than a good day at work.
Yeah, and those guns need some love sometimes,
Yeah,
even
they
if you
need
don't shoot them.
some affection and some exercise, and
Yeah, you
But,
got to keep
yeah.
them good.
hmm Yeah, I flew up and flew back, and oh my God, everybody's COVID. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, it's almost
Oh.
as if if you get it, you don't have a 99.2% chance
of
of
survival.
living. Yeah.
I think all that ends tomorrow.
hmm
Yeah, maybe a couple days later. So, Tony,
Oh, he's doing his
What's with the knife,
shark
Tony?
thing.
tell us what you did.
Well, what happened was another knife, Diversity Shoots, Emerson. It's a Kershaw, but it's a Kershaw Emerson with the wave feature. Boom. This will either be in the prize pack for the Lovetron t-shirts or at a Diversity Shoot, but somebody's going to get this knife and it's going to be awesome. And thank you for your support, whoever gets it. Also, I got the care package from Ursula Williams. She sent it. Ursula is Cinemass Podcast, but she also works with Troy, and Troy sent some slings and some other stuff, and Epic Eyewear sent some stuff. So we're going to be giving that away to the winner of the Lovetron T-shirt contest, 3 of them. So that's what I got in as far as firearms are concerned. Didn't do anything except we're starting a freaking people's build again. We're doing another industry build, and already got donations for it. So if you guys want to help us with a build, kick it in. We already got the stock. We already got the pistol grip, obviously, and some other parts. But we need an upper, barrel, fore end, all that stuff. So if you guys want to help, let me know,
Awesome. Zane,
and I'll give you the mailing address.
since you weren't here for a few weeks, did you do anything? No. Well, that's kind of what I did too.
Oh, you know what? No, I did get I got a plate in from Filster to convert my Filster Spotlight to be able to use the DCC clips, which I did a review on a couple weeks ago. So I have converted that holster to that, and I like it much better. And it's also super tuckable. I actually didn't. My phone is definitely ringing. Sorry about that. And that was Toto, Africa, if you didn't hear it. And I actually wore my gun to a place I'm not supposed to wear my gun tonight.
See, the government's got him down.
That's what happens.
Well,
Obviously, this is something. This is a lesson for all of you boys and girls.
hey Zane,
Don't admit to doing anything illegal on air.
that's right. Zane,
Dang, got that right.
you're back.
Yeah,
NSA
the
is listening.
FBI got me. I don't know. No, I got a phone call, and that kind of killed my internets. So Either
I
that or
gotcha.
the FBI. My FBI agent was like, "Can't let him admit to it on the air."
Yeah,
It wasn't
that's-
illegal necessarily.
It's like here. It's
Hey, it's only
trespassing,
illegal if
right?
you get caught.
It's just trespassing. It's only illegal if you don't leave.
Exactly.
So, I didn't do anything. I actually felt kind of crappy on Saturday, so it was like literally nothing. I did here a few minutes ago actually randomize the people that entered that the Street Carry Concepts clip, you know, who entered to win a couple of those. And of the people that commented on Zane's review, we got two winners. Rusty O is one of them, and Vic T is the other one. So if you guys would just send me over an email to gungearreview@gmail.com with your
Wait a minute, that
address.
voting was rigged. That's rigged. I want to recount.
No, if
You
it
got
was
them
rigged, you
pegging
guys,
pregnant chads.
the two guys that also entered that didn't qualify would have
I was gonna say, if
won.
it was rigged, I actually could use another one.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, and it's not like they're not expensive at all. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the thing
but
is, I
I
mean,
like free 99.
yeah, I mean, it'll probably cost me half of what they cost to ship them to these guys.
Yeah. Congratulations, fellas, and you
Yes.
will not be disappointed.
Yes, if you already haven't bought any, go buy some. They're awesome. And literally, we've bought those were two extras they sent me, like I said before. But Zane and I have bought them. They're great.
Yeah, it cost me almost to. So, I talked about the price in the review, and so to do like a holster that takes a foamy clip is like $8 to retrofit. The Filster Spotlight is almost $50 in parts to make it work, and I still did it because it was worth it.
Yeah, if that's what you say. Let's see what else. Oh, I did get in. I purchased some of these. I don't know if you've heard about it. They're called Tango Yankee chips. I don't know if you heard about them, Zane, and what they are.
That's Daniel Shaw's thing, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And I heard about it, and I was like, that's kind of cool. So I purchased 10 of them. Figured I could give a couple to my family to give out, stuff like that. But basically, they're poker chip. If you see somebody doing something extraordinary, helping somebody out or something, you can give them the chip, say thank you, and
So
see it.
Tango Yankee is phonetic alphabet for TY,
For
in case you
thank
didn't know,
you.
which means
Yes.
thank you. For the listeners who may not be familiar, Daniel Shaw Strategies. He's a good dude. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I've been on a podcast or two with him.
Right.
Good dude, Marine, firearms instructor. He's cool.
Likes his crayons.
Yeah, I think he said he likes purple. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I'm a red guy myself, but
okay.
See, I said newfangled Marine Corps. I know nothing about these crayon they talking about.
Exactly, Tony. So we'll get into the announcements now. Of course, go to gunandgearcult.com if you would like to pledge your support for us. There's a bunch of different levels over there. Of course, our bandwidth sponsor is Patriot Patch Co. and the Patch of the Month Club. Go join. You'll get 2 patches for November. I forgot to look to see what they were, but either way, they make awesome patches. They're a couple of cool guys over there, minus the graphic designer is a little kind of questionable. He likes to quit podcasts because he says he got a real job or something like that. But he's a really good patch designer, so we'll give him credit for that. And also, we have a bunch of affiliate links if you would like to go buy some stuff. We have a new
affiliate link.
We do have a new affiliate link.
Impressive.
I've never seen before, and
exactly. So we have Edible Optics, which you can also enter Firearms Insider 20, and you get 20% off. Plus, it's an affiliate link for us. Then there is Matador Arms. Amend 2, and we got approved to add Wilson Combat to that. So the link takes you to their store. It's the shopwilson.combat store, not their Wilson Combat site, which if you try to purchase something off there, it takes you to their store anyway. So that's what it does. So if you're buying something, so we have various levels of quality products and name products on our affiliates if you would like to use those. So,
Nice.
Rob,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, is there a
I'm
discount on
impressed.
that, or is it just
No, it's just we get a slight kickback. I don't even remember what
Okay.
it was, but I'm like,
1/10 of
you know,
1/30th of a percent?
I'll add it in there. It's, I mean, it
Yeah, why
literally
not?
doesn't cost us anything. I can mention it. I mean, we all know they make quality stuff, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not like, oh yeah, well, this is questionable if they make good stuff or not.
Yeah, no,
so,
we've talked about several products on the show, so
right,
I
exactly.
mean, you can accuse us of being shills all you want, but
yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
I like their stuff way before I knew we had an affiliate link. That's
well,
that's cool.
it's literally new, so you know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so click through the links if you want to buy stuff from them. Hit it, Rob.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual co-hosts and do not reflect the official policy or position of the Firearms Radio Network and/or their employers. This is not legal advice, nor should it be considered as such. Viewer discretion is advised. This is especially true on live shows. And now, since we don't have a main topic or product review, let's talk about the Grace Optics M1 sight.
Correct. MSRP on this is $199.95. This is something I think Rusty, who won the DCC clip, actually sent me this link and said, "Have you heard of this?" And I was like, "No." And I'm like, but once I looked it up, I'm like, it's kind of interesting, and I would be curious as to how it holds up. But let's discuss it first. So, this is a mini red dot sight, like any of the others, HoloSun, RMR, Vortex, except it doesn't have a closed top. It is open. It's got the little Y kind of on the sides to hold the glass, and then it's open at the top. There's a little gap, so if you were to land flat on something, it's not going to break, but if you hit like a sharp corner, that's where it's questionable. You can get it either a 3 MOA dot in either red or green and a 6 MOA dot either red or green. It's pretty much lens diameter, they say is 24 millimeters. The whole thing is 1.6 inches. It's 1.3 inches wide. It's 0.8 inches tall. It weighs 1 ounce. It's IPX7 waterproof. It's got 12 illumination settings total, 10, and 2 of those are night settings. The runtime they say is 10,000 hours, and the footprint is the SIG Romeo 1, which I don't know exactly which footprint that compares to, but I think it's kind of one of the standard ones. It's got like an up down button, one on each side. It looks like the battery, if I remember correctly, is on the top, so removable battery without removing the sight. Besides that, I guess they say it's easier to use a wider field of view because you don't have that top blocking the view. They say it's strong because of the sidebars. You look at it, it is still a curved piece of glass, but it looks to be fairly thick. It's not like it's just a thin piece of glass in there. I mean, I'm looking at it and thinking, it's probably a good 1/8 of an inch thick, or if not more. They don't say what the thickness is, but that's kind of what it looks like to me. I thought it was an interesting design, and it also looks like it's got 4 screws on the front of it. So, like, maybe if you were to break the glass, you can pull those 4 screws out, put a new piece of glass in, and replace the screws. So it might be replaceable, user replaceable glass. Now, it doesn't say anything about that. I would like to know. Maybe I'll send them an email or something. But either way, that's what it is. I kind of think I personally like the idea. I just want to know what it does if you drop it. That's really my concern. If it holds up just as well as, say, the host on 507, hey, it might be good to go. That's my opinion on it. You guys can chime in whenever you would like, or not.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. I don't know how I feel about the better field of view, because with a red dot, you have field of view above your dot and below your dot. That's literally what makes them superior to iron sights, is that you can see both above and below what you're aiming at. Maybe. If it's durable. I just don't see it being durable. But
Well, one of the guys I know, Sheepdog Arms, he's on Instagram. He posted a video. He hit me up after I posted this, said he has about 1,000 rounds through it. He says he likes the premise. It's holding up pretty well. He actually has a video on his channel where he holds it up shoulder level and drops it on concrete metal, and it didn't break the glass. Nailed it right on the side of one of those arms of the Y. Didn't do anything to it except scratch the paint.
Nice.
So, I mean, that's what he did. But again, he said about 1,000 rounds through it. Yes, he's a shooter. He goes to classes. He hosts class. You know what I mean? So he's actually a trigger puller, and he hasn't broken it.
And dropping it shoulder height, that says a lot. I mean, there's
a lot of optics that won't take that.
And even with the top on them. So
even with the top on them.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of optics that are mad at specific YouTubers for doing that to their guns.
And I don't know why.
Sights, rather.
Yeah, I don't know why they would be mad. I mean, even though they're an affiliate link, even Adable, when Jimmy was on, he's like, yeah, I drop them. He goes, I drop our sites to see what they do. Yeah,
you got to.
Yeah. And so,
hey, look, even if you drop your gun and it doesn't break, you should always reconfirm your zero if you can. But the idea is not that you can just abuse your stuff. The idea of an optic being durable and be able to handle that shoulder height drop is more for, like, what can it take? Because guns on a rifle, guns in a holster, whatever, or sights on a rifle, sights on a gun in a holster, whatever. I've been drinking.
Yeah. Well, Zane, the other thing too is, even in competition or something else, you may whack that. You may run into something and drop.
You may hit it on a barrier. You may hit it on a door going through
somebody.
In a building.
You may fight.
Be sitting on your tailgate, and you slide the cooler back to grab another water, because we don't drink and shoot. And life happens.
Exactly.
Life happens. You're right, 100%. And you have to be able to at least have confidence enough in your gear that it can take an occasional hard knock, and not be broken.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, like he said, I mean, he's not giving any conclusive. He just said, this is what I did to it. Actually has a video on his IG page of him doing it. I remember I saw it, but I didn't put the two together until he resent it to me. I was like, oh yeah, you did do that. But yeah, he's been shooting it. And again, 1,000 rounds so far, that's not conclusive, but he's one of us, and we break stuff.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, and since he purposely dropped it, that tells me more than the 1,000 rounds will, because I mean, really anymore, most of them can handle the slide ride recoil without any problems. It's like the hits and drops and stuff like that I would be more concerned with. Heck, I can break stuff, and I'm not even a Marine.
And he was talking about he did it. It's mounted to a 509. His is mounted to a 509, and he said he lost 0, but he thinks it might have been the mounting itself that moved and not the optic.
Oh, because is it a plate system on that?
It's a plate system.
Gotcha.
So that's why he wasn't like, oh, this is a piece of garbage, or even conclusive. He was like, yeah, something shifted, and I tightened everything back up. But, to tighten it back up, you'll take it off. So,
yep. I
Questionable
hear
what
you.
shifted, but he had it marked on the site itself. He had witness marks on it.
Nice. Smart idea. Smart idea. Well, I figured we would get more out of that one, but that was the Grace Optics M1 site. Go check it out for yourself. Check out that video that Tony was talking about.
Sheepdog Arms, IG, on
So
IG.
there you go. And we will get on to the next thing after I put this in my notes so I can write it in here. Next up, I think this has been out a while. We just not super long. It's Medieval Industries, and I put in their Tactical Edge combo. And what this is they make a tactical vertical foregrip, but it's not vertical. You can use it however you want. And they also make a tripod, and those two can be combined to give you this combo, which I thought was pretty cool. It gives you kind of bench rest height with the tripod. It's got a few different things. I'll actually just go over the stuff individually. Their vertical foregrip, it's got like a ball detent style system, so you literally can adjust it 90 degrees any direction if you would like, and I think even more. It's 360 degrees around. So if you hold your gun like this, you want to hold it or something to that effect, you're allowed to. They do make a stubby one. The standard one is 3 7/8 inches long, and the stubby is 3.5. The 5.5 ounces and 5.7 ounces. It's made from aluminum, anodized. It's got grip texture on it. You can get flat dark earth or gray or thin blue line series if you would like. It says, or custom Cerakote available, and that's just the grip itself. But then you add in and it has their QD tripod, which also, it hooks up. It's tripod. You can buy extensions and stuff to make it like height and all this stuff, but it directly connects to that handle. Gives you. It's also aluminum. Says it's single-handed operation. You can use it as a bipod or tripod. It has friction and actual locks at the base. It's got 3 different heights and how you set the feet out. It is assembled in final machining in the U.S. But when you combine these, you get that combination. And what it gives you is, instead of just having the tripod out there, you can like extend it forward and down as you run the grip kind of out towards the front. It angles up, and then your tripod will still sit flat, and you still have a good shooting rest position to rest it from, or out to the side or at an angle if you're on rough terrain. You can do a bunch of things with the combination, or you can just use the tripod as just a tripod itself without the grip included, which is kind of cool. They have all different variations. Like I said, you can buy extenders for both the feet and the height, or you can buy like all kinds of, like they have an Overwatch Commander, which is like tall, gives you like everything they make. It seems like stuff like that. Let's see. The combo itself is $290. The 4 grips are 120 to 140 depending on, and the tripod itself is like 175. So you save a couple bucks with the combo, but it's kind of, if you're looking for something like this, I would say just go with combo. It's still, for what you get, I don't think this is a terrible price. It seems, by looking at it and seeing some of the stuff, it seems well built. The quick connects, the way you can swivel around any direction makes it really cool. You could probably use it for camera equipment or anything else you wanted to, too. Let's see. What does the tripod weigh? Did I mention that? I don't think I did, and I don't know if it told me. It just says lightweight. It did not give me how much it weighs. So sorry about that. I can't tell you. Rob, I know you have a tripod of somebody else's, but so I don't know. What do you think about something like this?
Oh no, the tripod I've got is for the my scope.
Oh yeah, that's for your spotting
or
scope.
for my my spotting scope.
That's right. I'm sure you could use this with a spotting scope.
So,
I'm sure you could use this for a spotting scope too if you would like, but it's a little short, I think.
How would you hook it up to the scope is my question. What would you use for mounting base for the scope?
I think you'd have to get one of their extensions, and then I think they make some other products also.
Yeah, I mean it looks
put a hog
interesting,
saddle
but
on it, can't you?
it's a
Yeah, you can put that
Pretty
on, or their style hog saddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was checking this out. A friend of mine is actually in one of their videos on Instagram, Kevin Dixie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kevin went out, and I guess it was at this last thing that they just did out at the Whittington Center, I think it is.
Okay.
I'm kind of assuming that's where it was. It looked like the same environment. Anyway, he was like, dude, it seems to work. And he's like, the crazy part with it mounted here on, I think he had it mounted on, what do they call that thing? The Commander?
Oh, yeah, the
Overwatch. Yeah, he had it on the Overwatch Commander, I think, the tall one. And he was like, if you're transitioning from target to targeted distance, right? Boom, you have the rifle sitting straight up. He was like, but with this on there, if a closer target presents itself, boom, you can just flip the whole thing over to 45-degree sights because it has so much movement on it that you can just drop the whole rifle over and just use the 45-degree and still shoot close-in targets. And we're talking either, precision rifle stuff or, stuff you're doing just from a fixed position or hunting or something like that, especially hog hunting, where you're in the stand, not in the stand, but right? Is that what it's called?
Helicopter stand, whatever.
A stand or a blind. That's it. That's what I was looking for. A blind. You're shooting from a blind, and of course, after the first shot, they scatter. So it could be a closer moving target, and you can just drop it down. So I think it's pretty cool. I mean, for what we're talking about, I don't think the price is ridiculous for the Overwatch Commander. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot, but we weren't talking about that one.
But we're not talking about that.
Yeah,
but this, I dig it.
Yeah, it looks like you can get like an Arca rail adapter because a lot of stuff uses that. Direct adapters, some others, tripod, monopods, stuff like that. So I think you could pretty much figure out a way to mount whatever you wanted to it. That's my opinion. You got anything, Zane? Or are you too busy?
I do not.
Okay.
I was clicking on the link for the next item because I'm very excited about this.
Oh, this is going to get fun.
Okay, so we are done with the medieval tactical edge combo. And now for our highlight, we have the Lone Wolf Guardian. MSRP on this is $779.95. Okay, I'm going to try to do this justice from now on with the first disclaimer that this is not geared towards probably 99.9% of us.
No. It's not geared 100% of anybody.
Okay. And there is Zane's disclaimer. What this is Lone Wolf. If you know them, they make Glock parts for Glock pistols. They also make their own Timberwolf frames. I have one of their frames, and I really do like it.
I have a Lone Wolf barrel.
There you go. I think Rob said something about he had some Lone Wolf stuff too. They make good products. I'm not saying this is a bad product. I'm sure it's a good product, but this is their first, or at least first in a long, long time. I think it might be their first rifle, or not rifle, actual firearm complete that they are manufacturing. It's a pistol. It uses Glock magazines or their special magazine. But if that helps you, it's similar to since it uses one of their frames. It's like Glock Gen 3, Gen 4 style of parts, etc. Let's see if I can get to the where I want to get. First, but here it is. It has A, B, C, D on the pistol and parts itself with the option of, they call it a tack lock, which is a safety for the firearm. It also has the trigger safety like those style pistols do, but it is an option. But now when I say it's A, B, C, and D, it's literally, they're marked out on the firearm. Like A, it says load with precision. The Timberwolf frames flared mag. Well, I can barely read on my monitor. Anchors your grip and enables fast mag changes under pressure. Now, on the magazine itself, it has an A marked on it with a little with a little pictogram of a bullet, cartridge, etc. So you know how to load it. The magazine release is also marked with an A. So there you go. This is literally on the pistol. Now, up where you rest your finger above the trigger is marked B, where you would, what is that thing called when you put your thumb on it? They call it to help hold it down.
Accelerator cut.
Yes, it's where the accelerator cut would be. It's like serrated, and it has a B literally in it. And this is where you put your finger when you're not going to fire the trigger, pull the trigger or such. And then it has C's on the slide, which the C's are integrated into the cocking serrations on the slide, which I will give them credit, because if you hadn't told me they were like C's there on purpose to go with A, B, C, D, I would have overlooked it, because it looks decent that way.
If you watch the video, you can absolutely tell that the individual demonstrating how to rack the slide has never done anything in his life other than military training.
Okay.
But continue.
So, and it's C, you rack the slide to get it loaded. You got that. And then D is it's short range self defense sights. That's where the D comes in. And these guys might not like the sights as much as I do, but what it is it's like a reverse ghost rig. You still have the notch in the rear, and then the front is like a circle or a semicircle shrouded.
It has
front,
two rear
open.
sights.
Yeah. And so you basically you place the open spot inside the circle on what you want to shoot. Okay. So of course it is 9mm standard safe action.
Can't
15
believe
round
it's
magazine.
not 40. Can't believe it's not.
I know.
40.
15 round magazine capacity. The barrel length is 4 inches, so it's Glock 19 size. It weighs 23.63 ounces unloaded and 30 ounces basically loaded. The trigger pull is 6.3 pounds. It's not going to vary. And let me get back over here. You can either get it with a black
and
frame.
It's used by Navy SEALs, Green Berets, and Marines across the world. It says so on the website. I'm looking at the website, Chad. Why would you leave that?
I'm getting there. Okay, I was leaving that out because it doesn't say it's used by. It's just it's weird how they word that, but yes,
it's even worse.
It does say SEALs,
please,
Green
let's go
Beret,
ahead.
Marines are gun designers and trainers. So okay, but we're going over specs now because I got to get through this stuff before you can get it with either a black or a gray frame, black or silver barrel, or with or without the tack lock safety. You can also add in a self-defense mini course, which Rob was telling me automatically gets added in, and then you have to subtract it if you go through the purchase process if you don't want it. And I do know it's like an online, like Zoom meeting style training. Of course, it comes with
Navy
a
SEALs
locking
and Green
case, but it comes with 5 inert bullets for at-home training, which I'm thinking, snap cap style.
Yeah.
And only 1 magazine. So, okay, I'm going to go here and say, like I said, I preface this with I do like Lone Wolf stuff. I'm sure this pistol probably shoots fine, like you would expect, but this very basic ABCD stuff for beginners, I don't think that's what your market is. This is my opinion. I think you would have been better off bringing out just maybe a standard pistol with training, with the training optional. But
Or if you're
I'm not you
gonna
guys.
market a gun to beginners, don't price it at $800 because
There's also that.
beginners buy $200 Tauruses and say it's just as good.
Or
They
if
don't
you
spend
haven't,
$800 on a gun that says A, pick up the gun, B, put your finger here, C, retract the slide done incorrectly on the video by Mr. Navy SEAL, whoever, and then D, look through the 2 rear sights and then shoot the target.
Okay. There was a lot to take in. I try to give when I have a very strong feeling about something, I try to give it the benefit of the doubt and go into it.
I was doing the same thing.
Now,
Tony.
really, I really do. And again, I don't own a dang thing from Lone Wolf, but I don't think they make garbage products. They have new owners, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as someone that trains beginners, that's my thing. That's what I've been doing since 2012. That's my bailiwick, as you say, or whatever the important word is. That's my jam. This pistol seems to hold beginning shooters in such disregard that they need ABCs put on the side of the gun so they know how to run it. This seems like the new owner somehow got a hold of all the bad ideas that Springfield decided not to put on their pistol and put them on his. They were like, no, ABCD is stupid. At Springfield, we don't consider new shooters to be that dumb. Let's just stick with the grip zone thing on the side of it. This is more proof, in my opinion, slight rant here, that maybe new shooters would be better off not looking for Navy SEALs, Special Forces, and Green Berets to train them. Most Special Forces, Green Berets, and Navy SEALs train people because they train them in the direct action mission, which means going, kicking indoors, and shooting bad guys, stacking bodies, as it were. People that train new shooters to be confident with their firearms and understand marksman fundamentals wouldn't put 2 rear sights on a gun and tell you to try to line up the D perfectly because, well, front sight focus is what you're really worried about, but pretty much metal on skin is what you're going to worry about because they're not going to do front sight focus because they're new shooters. The other thing, A, B, C, and D. All right, maybe you you only gave 1 magazine, by the way, to a new shooter, especially in times like this. In times like this, you should.
And they specifically talk about make reloads easier, and they only give you 1 magazine.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if they sell other magazines because I really didn't go through to see if their other magazines have alphabets and pictograms on them so you load the bullet correctly. The $200 Zoom class is ridiculous because, one, their Zoom class is for free that you can get. That I know about and I've posted on Citizens Defense.
Their Zoom class is $200.
Their Zoom class is $200.
I'd like to take this opportunity to let you know that I do an 8-hour beginning pistol course that will take you a whole day all the way through which in the bullet comes from to how to draw and present to a target for $100 here in South Florida in person on a private range.
Yeah, my classes are $150 in person. These people were $200 in a Zoom meeting. All right, that's something else. That's a slap in the face. One mag, ridiculous. ABCD, it's childlike. Man, they should have just come out with a regular pistol. And here's the crazy part: that rear sight looks just like the Glock rear sight with the white outline on it. So, I mean, there's that. Now, this is what I think. Where they have the B at, that's cool. Get rid of the alphabet, and that's just a little gas pedal or whatever the heck on there. That's great. You could have left all the pictogram out and the extra money you spent on that. Um, the C's are backwards. I don't know.
Well, if you look at the other side, they're not.
Oh, okay. Well, the side they're showing it on, it is. And again, wasn't needed. Dude, this is a whole lot of nothing, but they're impressed with themselves. And again, I'll tell you, someone's military background means a hill of beans when you're talking to a new shooter. Just stop it. This is people buying into their own hype, and maybe they didn't have real friends around them to go, yeah, dog, don't do that. Don't do that. Just introduce this gun at about $550, and you're good. And how's this? Do a free video for people to introduce them to firearm safety and the fundamentals. Free. And put 2 more magazines in the box. Because I'm not going to present a problem and point it out without trying to give you an answer. And that's my solution to the problem you created with this asinine pistol. Oh, I'm sorry. And let's talk about the safety that's nowhere near where you can operate it without taking your hand off the master grip or using the second hand to turn it on and off. Yeah. And it's a slide safety at the top of the slide. Around 1910, John Moses Browning put a safety somewhere where it was really intuitive. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why you came up with it above the slide release at the top of the gun.
My understanding from what I heard on a different podcast was that was where they could put it with the Glock style system. That was one of the few places they could put the safety and have it work reliably.
Hey, where did Glock put their safety?
But I was going to say
in the trigger where this one has one.
No, but the one they put in the military trials had to have a manual safety on it.
Right.
Where'd they put it?
And I believe it was
in the back of the grip. I believe.
No, I believe it was frame mounted.
It was frame mounted, I think.
It was frame mounted, and it was a thumb sweep similar to the Browning design. But but even if it was slide mounted, look, even slide mounted safeties can work. The safety on the Beretta, as much as people love to trash it, just like I love to trash it,
it works.
It can work as long as you know how to work it.
Exactly.
I don't see this safety working. I agree wholeheartedly with everything Tony just said. And if you watch the video and when you see how he charges the slide, you can tell that's a military person because that's how we train to charge Berettas because of the safety feature. There's a reason we slingshot Berettas because if you come across the top with a Beretta and rack the slide, you will put the safety on. So we teach this, but this is stupid unless you have a safety that requires you do that. So this is designed by people who allegedly have a military background, designed a firearm for civilians. Now, I was a military firearms instructor.
Yeah.
I'm also a civilian firearms instructor. They're not the same thing.
At all.
Hey,
they're
Zane,
not.
I will mention something that I didn't realize till you went through your, little how to rack the slide. I don't know which way the safety goes on or off. So if you do an over the top, you may turn this safety on.
Well, I assume you push it towards the muzzle to turn it to fire and towards the butt to turn it to safe. That's an assumption on my part. And if that's the case, then that would probably be correct.
So, well, I was just saying, I was like, well, where that
Yeah.
safety is so high, if you come over the muzzle or over the slide, you
So
might, yeah,
that's fair. He could have been demonstrating it like that because of the same problem. So okay, that's fair.
you know,
But
I never would have thought of that until you
Yeah.
said something.
But again, I mean, I echo all of Tony's comments. Like
I mean, we're all going to echo Tony's comments.
we're not even the brand new, never touched a gun before shooter. If they come and spend 30 minutes with me on the range, they don't need ABCD.
Nope.
And they
Yeah.
don't need your $200 Zoom class.
Dude, that's
Like-
that's the most insulting. Build your profit margin into your gun.
Yep.
Since you obviously have SEAL Team 37 and all of Dev Group and all of the Marines and Green Berets and Special Ops, then you should be able to put together at least a half-hour video teaching someone how to shoot a gun from the ground up and not need to charge for it. Just film it and get it out.
Well, and
Here's the thing, because I've been posting that during the entire pandemic, links to people doing this for free.
Yeah. Is it Smith and Wesson that's been doing?
Oh, I have no idea.
One of the major gun companies is like putting tutorial videos out for free. I think it's Smith. I don't know. It might not be. If it's not Smith, I'm sorry. I can't remember who it is. I have a feeling it's not Springfield, but I could also be wrong about that. But yeah, no, like it comes. It's
frustrating.
It is. It's frustrating, and what it is it's pandering to people who don't know any better. It's pandering to people at this time in this. We live in a time where people who have never even considered gun ownership are rushing out because, oh my God, the police can't help me. I need a gun. And this kind of marketing is pandering to those people and is doing them a disservice, in my opinion.
Well, I'm sorry, but the $200 Zoom class is ridiculous. One magazine is ridiculous. The safety is ridiculous.
The other problem I see with this, not, if they're in a store, fine. But if they go to the website, read all this stuff, and order it off the website. Now, the people who are going to be ordering this particular gun, are they going to understand that they can't have it shipped to them? They're going to have it shipped to a dealer, which I'm sure Lone Wolf has dealers and all the kinds of stuff listed when they say, where do you want it shipped? But see, then these people now have to go to that dealer when it comes in and be like, oh, you're going to charge me more now?
I guess they figured the type of person that need the alphabet put on the side of the gun are going to be the type of people that won't know that.
I mean, my thing is it easier to tell someone, ooh, B, step 2 is put your finger up here? Or is it easier for me to say, hey, you never put your finger inside the trigger guard until you've made a conscious decision to press that trigger?
B
is unnecessary anymore.
I can go to our bandwidth sponsor, Patriot Patch Co.
Yes, they have a patch that literally has the rules on it.
And they have a sticker or a wall plaque. I can get a sticker and wrap it around the grip so they can read it before
For way less money than the Zoom class, you can go to patriotpatch.co and buy the 4 rules of
using our affiliate link.
Talking about shills.
What's up? What's up, Rob?
I'll just say that number one, when I was going through the ordering thing, the first thing they take you to, you select your slide color, the grip color, all that crap, and whether you want their super duper whamma damma ding dang tack lock safety. And then you go to the next page, and the next page says set up your training class. When do you want your 2-hour training class? And then at the bottom of that page, if you scroll down, there's actually a video by Andrew Branca. I guess you get an additional training with him or some kind of discount off of one of his training classes, which he does a really good class if you take his full 8-hour class.
He will also spam your email if you give him your email. But,
Yes,
okay.
they all do. Everybody does. And then you go to, like I said, you go to the confirmation page and you see a $975 order because they added $200 for that training class. Which my thought is, I was poking around their website and they actually have a list of all trainers that are in various states. Or I'm assuming, I don't know if these are just gun dealers or just trainers. They have to be just trainers that they've signed up to work with them, because there's a lot of gun stores that aren't on their website. There's a lot of gun stores in my area that weren't listed on their website. So I would say, why not just sell the gun to the people? Say you want to sell the gun to the people for $700 and include 2-hour training with a trainer and maybe a box of ammo.
Well, and
Then that way,
I
because
feel
I
like
don't
I've
think
been
you can teach someone via Zoom.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot out of Zoom. I've done medical classes Zoom. I've done room clearing stuff via Zoom with
Okay, but how
like
are you going to teach
John
someone to
Dufresne.
shoot a gun with Zoom? You're going to
No,
take your
I understand what
iPhone
you're
to the
saying,
range?
and it's not the same as being in the class, right? Like I've already had a grasp on the skill, and then I've done follow-on training with like John Dufresne, for example, online, who's just an awesome individual. But and I feel like I'm coming across as being unfair to this gun. I have no doubt the firearm is fine. I have no doubt it functions just fine, and it's probably a fine gun. I have a problem with the marketing. I have a problem with this ABCD, and I have a problem with the sites. So, like Tony said, this is a $500 gun. Take all the BS off of it. Put some real sights on it. It's a $500 gun. And people
Even if
will
it's
buy
a
it.
$600 gun.
$600 gun. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not an $800 gun, and it's not a $950 gun with a 2-hour Zoom class. That's ridiculous. And I don't want to say they're trying to prey on people in panic, but that's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, I'm not trashing the company or their products. This product I am, and their marketing I am. It's insulting. It really is insulting to the new shooter that you hold them as they're so dumb they need A, B, C, and D, or they just won't grasp it. And again, that's what I do. I train new shooters. I do it every month. I introduce people to firearms every single month on the wholesale. People that have never touched a gun before. And you know how long it takes? About 3 to 4 minutes to have them understand the principles of not only firearm safety, but how to aim a gun. It does not take that long. Then you run them through it and you work with them. And again, my classes are introductory. Again, this special former special operations / police professionals does not automatically translate into being really good at training first time shooters.
And like Tony, since about 2014-ish, my main thing has been brand new shooters also. And probably about a third of the people who come through my classes have never touched a gun before. And by the end of my 4-hour class, everyone is consistently hitting an 8-inch plate at about 5 yards, which is nothing to write home about. You know, listen, that's not hard to do.
For
That's not me bragging.
for a brand new shooter,
For someone who's
though,
never touched a gun before, after 4 hours, I have never had anybody not consistently hold an 8-inch group at 5 yards. And after my 8-hour class, I have never had anybody not pass the Florida Department of Law Enforcement's qualification. So
again, NRA first steps, 15 yards, 8-inch plate.
Yep.
4-hour class.
Yep.
Every NRA first steps.
Mm-hmm.
There
5
you go.
rounds.
It's not hard to teach the basics. It's not hard to teach safety. You just have to know how to do it. And look, I was a military firearms instructor. I'm a certified law enforcement firearms instructor. And I will be the first to tell you, just because somebody was in the military or was a cop, they might not know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we have Zane here all the time.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah,
Y'all keep me here for, funsies.
And in case someone's listening to it and don't know what I do, yes, Marine Corps, did that That has absolutely nothing to do with me teaching classes. I've taken law enforcement classes. I've taught law enforcement. And again, that background gives me cool stories to tell. But when it
Doesn't
comes to
translate.
teaching the fundamental, when it comes to teaching fundamentals, it has nothing to do with anything. I think this marketing is terrible. I think it's some of the things we've pointed out over and over. I guess we're just beating it up, but dude, here's somebody in your face with the stuff we continually preach about. And it's like, yeah, don't no.
No.
This is not the time or the place to run this marketing past a panicked public of first time gun buyers.
There you go. So that was the Lone Wolf Guardian.
Thanks for ending this horse whipping.
Exactly. That horse has been dead. We've been beating it for a while.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I do apologize. It was just a thing that bothers us to the freaking core.
Yeah,
So-
it bothered me quite a bit.
Yeah, it was. I just was like, oh. So we don't have any listener feedback, so that means it's time for Tony to tell us something.
We probably will
worthwhile
next week, though.
about
Oh, yes,
about
we will.
Tony can now tell us about all the cool things he's doing, introducing people who have never shot anything before.
How's this? How's this for crazy? Just got a call today. They're going to be shooting part of a documentary at our next diversity shoot. NHK, the Japanese actual news network, hooked up with Hold My Guns during an interview. And she was asking me some questions. And I said, hey, why don't you have them come to our next diversity shoot, which is November 19th at the Heritage Guild in Easton, PA. They will be coming and possibly filming for their documentary. Also, Smith & Wesson is going to send one of their reps down. So we're going to have some of that. So it's going to be really cool. Of course, I'm going to have giveaways as always with our raffles. But the next diversity shoot is November 19th. And one more thing. If you guys missed the Second Amendment rally that was online for free with 30 different speakers, that's available on secondamendmentrally.com. And they've even broken them down per speech. So over the next few days, you will be seeing those and you can click on them. And everyone's speech is about 5 minutes. So you don't have to dedicate 4.5 hours to it if you watch the live event or a replay of the live event. If you want to support the work we do, the Second is for Everyone Diversity Shoot or the Second is for Everyone podcast. You can donate as part of our Patreon. We got an awesome giveaway. We're going to be giving away a signed Volume 2 AR-15 Vickers Guide, signed by Larry Vickers himself, with a message to you, thanking you for supporting us. It's a limited edition book. Only 250 of them are available. I purchased one, and that goes to who's ever a $20 and above donator to our Patreon. We're going to choose one name, and I'm going to get it out to you so you have it by Christmas. It also comes with a limited edition poster, also signed by Larry Vickers. Pretty awesome. So that's going to go to one winner. Again, go to patreon.com and become a team member of our Patreon. What else? Cool knives, cool guns. Going to be awesome. Donate to Diversity Shoot. Follow us on Facebook at The Second is for Everyone. Follow us on Instagram at Simon Says Train. And go to diversityshoot.com to look at the various ways to donate. We have PayPal, GoFundMe, and that's it, guys. Really appreciate being able to come on every week and talk to you guys about the work we do.
Awesome. So if you send questions, comments, or feedback to us, you can do it at gungearreview@gmail.com. You can always go pledge your support at gunandgearcult.com. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review, or just subscribe on your favorite podcast app. You got it. You understand. Check out all the other great shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Don't forget to visit the Firearms Insider for reviews and links to all of our affiliate links. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Firearms Insider. And as always, thank you for listening to the largest pound for pound podcast on the network. And we are out.
Woo! Man.
Well, that was fun.